G'day guys, and welcome to another YouTube lesson. Thanks for listening. Now today we're taking a look at business growth and decline as the subtopic. It's the last of the four subtopics in terms of the first major topic of year 11, and that major topic was the nature of business. And I know as always I bang on about the different order of these things, but it is very important in business studies, all subjects, but especially business studies, that you know your syllabus. It is the Bible, it is your guide to, it is what you must be able to use when you're doing your exam. The syllabus dot point we're going to address this lesson are factors that can contribute, contribute to business decline, to a business falling, failing, potentially ceasing to exist. Now, factors are things, so some things that can contribute to business decline. Now, some of the factors that can lead to a business decline and unfortunately a business ceasing to exist. Remember, depending on the statistic, the textbook and so on, how many businesses fail in the first 5 years? What do you think? You said 75% of businesses fail within the first 5 years. You'd be right. So, 3 out of 4 are going to find it difficult and probably not exist in a 5-year time period. So what we're going through today are some of these factors, some of these things that are adding to, contributing to a business declining. I could see this, I don't know about being an essay question, but maybe, but certainly, a 5 or 6 mark question in your yearly preliminary exams. So do make sure you understand these factors. You can remember them and you can explain them using examples. So some of those factors include a lack of management expertise. If the manager sucks, if they've got very limited experience, if the manager has got poor people skills, maybe too autocratic, maybe too laissez-faire, then that can lead to business declining. I'll just go through a few of these briefly, and then I'll get into more depth with a lot of these factors that are leading to the decline. A lack of sufficient money, what we call undercapitalisation, is another issue we've got. Failure to embrace change can be a big no-no and a big reason why businesses decline. A poor business culture and poor workplace morale also contributes. Unfavourable, sucky, which is unfortunate economic conditions like the GFC. An increase in competition, which is bound to happen, can be another reason why business falls apart. Major structural change in the economy, i.e. manufacturing in Australia, it's gone skis, pretty much. And that's because of these big, deep structural changes in the economy. And that's right, reductions in tariffs and this process of globalization, which for the most part has been pretty good, but it hasn't been good for manufacturing. All right, in terms of lack of management expertise, we talked about that being a major reason for business decline. I'm going to start going through some of these in a bit more depth. I'll try not to bore you too much. If a manager does not have much experience, as I said before, and they don't know what they're doing, and we've all got managers, teachers if you will, who don't have much experience, who don't know what they're doing. I hope you're not thinking of me when you look at these things. Then they are less likely to know what leadership style to adopt, whether that be democratic, autocratic, do what I say, or laissez-faire. They also won't be aware of the most appropriate marketing strategies or techniques to utilise. They'll be poor at financial management. Plainly put, lack of management expertise, skills and experience equals sucky manager equals business declining. Another major reason why businesses falter, decline, is a lack of sufficient money. All right, now businesses need reliable cash flow. You're going to talk more about cash flow next year, but cash flow, think of your bank account, money in, money out, money in, money out. In your bank account, you want more money in there rather than being in the negative. If you're in the negative, then you've got bad cash flow, and therefore you're not going to be able to make your payments to suppliers, to other creditors, and people aren't going to want to be in business with you for very long, and you're not going to be able to get those supplies you need, and therefore your business will suffer, eventually declining. Failure to embrace change. You know, one of the key things in life is stuff changes. It sucks sometimes, but I mean, if you think about businesses that were massive 50 years ago, some of them are still around, but a lot of them aren't. And the biggest businesses these days, Facebook, you know, Twitter, all the stuff that's on the line. I'm cutting edge, bro, yeah. Okay, if you don't embrace change, then your business will decline. You need to think about how things are changing, have that vision, be able to implement the change and embrace the change. If not, a massive reason why business will decline. See, me as a teacher, I'm pretty hip. I'm pretty getting with it, using the YouTubes on the line stuff. I'm embracing that change. That's what you need to do, or not. Okay, poor business culture. You know, business culture, work ethic, attitudes within the business, good or poor customer service, these all lead to business decline. I'll be honest, our department stores, I want to name them, but one starts with M and ends in Wires, like Myers, oops. Okay, and that other one, I think it's Grace Brothers. They both kind of suck in terms of poor business culture. You know, they're all pretty snooty, pretty uppity themselves sometimes, the workers in there, and they've got a bad attitude, poor customer service, and you can see, not surprisingly, I think they're going to be around that much longer. So poor business culture can lead to a business declining. All right, almost there. The second last one, unfavorable economic conditions. When we talked about these economic influences, you've got upturns in the economy and downturns like the GFC in the economy. All right, if you've got a big downturn in the economy, you could be doing everything else well. You could be embracing change, have excellent culture, you know, etc., etc. But people are not wanting to spend as much money. They've lost their job. They might think they're going to lose their job. They might have to take a pay freeze or a pay cut. There's less coin, cashola, filtering through the economy. And because of that, less money is being spent. And so less money being spent, there's issues with cash flow. People can't service their loans, or businesses can't service their loans, and you'll find yourself going down the gurgler, okay, facing bankruptcy or insolvency if it's a company. But the last factor contributing to decline are structural changes in the economy. These are things like, when you talk about economic conditions, they're sort of seasonal to a degree, not our fall season. You know, you've got booms in the economy, then you've got big downturns in the economy. They're cyclical. It's a better word, not seasonal. They're cyclical. Okay, whereas structural, you know, it's unfortunate because it ain't getting better. You know, these used to be okay, certain industries, and they're kind of screwed now. They're not getting better. So things like free trade agreements, it's generally positive. Lowering of overseas taxes that are called tariffs. That meant that our industries, which were protected back in the day, especially manufacturing and car manufacturing, they could make us as Aussie consumers pay a lot of money for our car. And overseas people wanting to sell manufactured items that we made in Australia and cars, they couldn't compete with ours because they'd have to pay a huge tax. They'd have to pass that tax on to us, or the overseas business would lose money. They'd pass on to us, and therefore the price they sold the car to us was huge. That's pretty much gone these days, very, very low. And therefore, this is structural change in the economy. And it's seen a lot of our businesses, go down the gurgler, face bankruptcy and so on. So all of these things, all of these factors are reasons or things that contribute to a business's decline. All right, guys, thanks again for listening. See you next lesson.